What's the sense of it all? Pimpin' powder and pussy trying to make pennies. See niggas I understand. Guess how they harder than prison. Who knows? In the 90s, the traffic stop get you tickets a joke. Now they find you a traffic stop get you riddled with holes. We be living too fast. We be sipping it slow. One of my niggas was selling work. Now he's selling no shows. I'm EJ, so that's growth. Pay attention, take note. You over 40 and
Hello and welcome. So number 3 of WITM Season 7. And it is time for our first ever NXT 2.0. And as you may be able to tell, the card is different than what we advertised at the end of episode 2. We originally had Cabbages making his WITM debut against Cheyenne Quinn. And then Youngblood in the main event against Grayson Waller inside of a steel cage, but the game rebooked the majority of the card, and we now have Youngblood and Cabbages debuting against each other in singles action, and the WITM board decided that that was just too good of a rebooking to pass up. So now Youngblood, one of the newest CAWs of WITM board member Dalton Roush, will be debuting. We'll see what he can do against Cabbages, a brand new WITM member, a brand new WITM viewer for Season 7. You may have seen his creator in streams with us, Cabbages09 over on Twitch, and he will be making his debut. He is a high-flying kind of comedy character. Should be a lot of fun to watch. So only one man can win their WITM debut though. Will it be Youngblood or will it be Cabbages? Let's find out and get 2 WITM debuts underway. Youngblood versus Cabbages.
You say you living a good life. Tell me what it look like without the mention of money or anything you could buy. I guess you could lie, but I wanna be different. Yeah, I said I wanna be different. You see them details and paintings on the wall, but I look at bigger pictures so I can see it all. Then I'm way up here, so everything
making
is
his
small,
way
but
to the
don't
ring
get too close
from
to the
Portland,
edge, you might
Oregon,
fall.
weighing
Gotta be
in at
careful,
219 pounds.
please hang on, I've been setting up a prayer for you. And if you get lost and take a different route, it don't matter where you going, I know you can make it out. Cause I've been there before, I ain't going back. I'm no longer walking that broken path. It ain't easy to find your way. You just gotta take it day by day. But still, you say you living a good life. Tell me what it look like without the mention of money or anything you could buy. I guess you could lie, but I wanna be different. I'll be that red cape in this world full of villains, yeah. Said I remember when it started to change. Now I look in the mirror and I feel like a stranger. It's all good, I ain't living in pain. So I gotta thank God, cause he breaking my chains, yeah. And I be living proof. All you gotta do is try on me, you can do it too. Push your fear to the side, like what do you gotta lose? Doesn't matter what it is, as long as you follow through, yeah. Look at you, living a good life. I tell you what it look like without the mention of money or anything you could buy. I guess you could lie, but I wanna be different. And if you wanna know how, I'm right here chilling, yeah. Living a good life, I tell you what it look like without the mention of money or
My cabbages, my cabbages, my cabbages. Rotten cabbages? What kind of slum do you think this is? And his opponent from the internet, weighing in at 212 pounds, Cabbages. This place is worse than Omashu. 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 Cabbages. Oh, my cabbages. Oh, my cabbages. Oh, my cabbages. My cabbages. My cabbages. My cabbages. My cabbages. You're gonna pay for this. Pay for this. Pay for this.
Keep smiling.
My cabbages. My cabbages. Oh, forget it.
And And there's the bell. This match is underway. We have two WITM debuts here at NXT 2.0. Youngblood taking on Cabbages, and it's Youngblood starting off on the attack, attacking the leg of Cabbages, and he wants a victory right away in his WITM debut. He's not going to get it. Cabbages powers out, and there's a kick to the back and another. And an elbow to Cabbages. Now Youngblood with a submission maneuver, crossface. The finisher, WITM star Corey locked in. And Cabbages is able to fight off with a series of elbows. And now some elbow strikes from Youngblood, who's in control early on. Cabbages now finally with some offense and a series of strikes and a drop kick, showing off some of that high flying ability. Now Cabbages with a series of kicks to the back, and he's going to take flight. Beautiful reverse moonsault, and that connects. And Cabbages with a springboard moonsault, and he goes for cover. And he nearly gets a very quick victory over Youngblood. He powers out at 2.5. Now they lock up in the middle. Cabbages with an arm trip into the corner. And now Youngblood kicked down into the corner, but is able to fight back and get out of the corner. DDT by Cabbages. And now Cabbages telling Youngblood to bring it, getting fired up. There's a stop to the ankles, and now to the leg. Cabbages once again telling Youngblood to bring it, feeling confident, and now he's taking flight. Another reverse moonsault, and that sends Youngblood's body into yellow zone, and he goes for cover. Cabbages very nearly your victor early on in this matchup. Very near fall. Now Cabbages not quite sure what he was trying to do there, but didn't quite pan out, that handstand thing. And there is a lariat from Youngblood. He goes for cover. And Cabbages powers out at 1.5. Now Youngblood targeting the head of Cabbages. And now forced up to his feet. Stunner by Youngblood, who now has his finisher as well. That sends Cabbages' head into the orange zone. F5 connects. And it's going to be Youngblood getting the victory in his WITM debut over Cabbages, but a good, fun, back and forth matchup.
Here is your winner, Youngblood.
You say you living a good life. Tell me what it look like without the mention of money or anything you could buy. I guess you could lie, but I wanna be different. Yeah, I say I wanna be different. You see them details and paintings on the wall, but I look at bigger pictures so I can see it all. And I'm way up here, so everything is small, but don't get too close to the edge or you might fall. Gotta be careful, I can't always be there, so please hang on. I've been sending up a prayer for you. And if you get lost and take a different route, it don't matter where you going, I know you can make it out. Cause I've been there before, I ain't going back. I'm no longer walking that broken path. It ain't easy to find your way.
Okay, now it's time for your results and rankings update for this edition of NXT 2.0. Grayson Waller, accompanied by his bodyguard Sangha, defeated Cameron Grimes. Legado del Fantasma, represented by Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza, and accompanied by the leader Santos Escobar, defeated Chase University, Bodie Hayward, and Andre Chase. In a match that contained all of the male title holders on NXT 2.0, the team of the NXT champion Braun Breaker and the NXT North American champion Carmelo Hayes defeated the NXT Tag Team champions Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner of Imperium, accompanied by Alexander Wolf and Walter. in our WITM matchup. A good back and forth matchup that featured good power by Youngblood and lots of fun, high-flying offense by Cabbages. It was Youngblood winning his WITM debut by defeating Cabbages, but both men had a good debut. Lots of promise in both new WITM stars. And in the main event, I know these renders are god-awful and huge, but Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane, the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, defeated Indy Hartwell and Persia Pirotta in non-title action. And how does that affect the rankings on NXT 2.0? Let's find out. The NXT Women's Tag Team Champions are Toxic Attraction. Number contenders Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. Number 2 is Indy Hartwell and Persia Pirotta. The NXT Women's Champion is Mandy Rose. Number contender Raquel Gonzalez. Number 2 Dakota Kai. Number 3 Kaylee Ray. Number 4 Cora Jade. Number 5 Saray. Number 6 Sam Rage. And number 7 Windy Chu. The NXT Tag Team Champions are Imperium. Number 1 contender is Legado del Fantasma. And these rankings are messed up again. But number 2 should be the Creed Brothers. Number 3 is Grizzled Young Veterans. And number 4 is Chase University. The NXT North American Champion is Carmelo Hayes. And number 1 contender is Youngblood. So that means that if there is a North American title defense on next week's NXT 2.0 card, Youngblood in just his second match will have a title opportunity. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Number 2 contender is Santos Escobar. Number 3 Grayson Waller. Number 4 A-Kid. Number 5 Cameron Grimes. Number 6 Harland. Number 7 Sangha. Number 8 Solo Sikoa. Number 9 Von Wagner. Number 10 Cheyenne Quinn. And number 11 Cabbages. The NXT champion is Braun Breaker. Number 1 contender Tommaso Ciampa. Number 2 Walter. Number 3 Roderick Strong. Number 4 Dexter Loomis. Number 5 Joe Gacy. And number 6 LA Knight. And now we advance to NXT UK, and I already know there are no WITM members on that card, so I'm just going to check the results for that real-life card, make sure there aren't any title matches or anything I have to add, and then we'll have another results and rankings update for NXT UK before moving on to Smackdown to see if Corey will be in action. I will be back in a moment. Okay, and here is your results and rankings update for NXT UK. We did indeed have some match with title implications and a title match on this card. In a number 1 contenders match for a future NXT UK title match against Mustache Mountain, Gallus, Joe, and Mark Coffey defeated Pretty Deadly, Sam Stoker, and Lewis Halley. The NXT UK champion Ilya Dragunov defeated Dave Mastiff. Flash Morgan Webster defeated Jordan Devlin. And in a NXT UK Women's Championship match, Blair Davenport defeated the now former champion Miko Satomura to become the new NXT UK Women's Champion. And how does that affect the rankings? Let's find out. The new NXT Women's Champion, NXT UK Women's Champion is Blair Davenport. Number 1 contender is Dawn. Number 2, Jenny. Number 3, Nina Samuels. Number 4, Shia Brookside. Number 5, Amale. And falling all the way to the bottom of the rankings, despite a lengthy Women's Championship reign, is the now former champion, Miko Satomura. The NXT UK Tag Team Champions are Mustache Mountain. Their number 1 contenders and confirmed opponents when they put their championship on the line for the next time is Gallus, Joe, and Mark Coffey. Number 2, Pretty Deadly. The NXT UK champion is Ilya Dragunov. Number 1 contender Flash Morgan Webster. Number 2 Jordan Devlin. Number 3 Noam Dar. Number 4 Wolfgang. Number 5 Dave Mastiff. Number 6 Eddie Dennis. And number 7 Mark Andrews. Now we advance to SmackDown Live. Will we see Corey in action? Once again, I need to see if there are any title matches or anything I need to add to the card. And then I'll be right back with your SmackDown card reveal, and then we'll end this episode. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so there were no title or contendership matches on this card, and also, there was no Corey on this card. We'll have to wait to see him make his debut outside of the Royal Rumble, or rather return. And so, instead, of Corey competing in episode number 4, we have yet another results and rankings update, and we continue to search for our next WITM matchup. The Usos defeated The New Day. Drew McIntyre defeated Rick Boogs, accompanied by King Nakamura. Shayna Baszler defeated the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair in non-title action. Happy Corbin defeated the Intercontinental Champion King Nakamura, accompanied by Rick Boogs in non-title action. Ronda Rousey defeated Natalya. And once again, non-title action, the Universal Champion Roman Reigns, accompanied by Paul Heyman, defeated Sheamus. And how does that affect the rankings on SmackDown? Let's find out. The 24/7 champion is Cedric Alexander. The women's tag team champions are Carmella and Queen Zelina, number contenders Naomi and Sasha Banks. The SmackDown Women's Champion is Charlotte Flair, number contender Shayna Baszler. Number 2, Natalya. Number 3, Shotzi. Number 4, Ronda Rousey. And number 5, Shia Lee. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions are the Usos, number contenders Los Lotharios. Number 2, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods of New Day. Number 3, the Viking Raiders. And number 4, Butch and Ridge Holland. The Intercontinental Champion is King Nakamura, number contender Happy Corbin. By the way, I threw everybody from the Universal Title Division, including Corey, into the Intercontinental Title Division because this is the SmackDown where Goldberg challenged Roman Reigns for the Universal title at Elimination Chamber, which is our next pay-per-view, and then Brock Lesnar has that title shot at WrestleMania. So the Intercontinental, Goldberg and Lesnar will be the only 2 people challenging for the Universal title all the way until after WrestleMania. So I just have everybody that was in that division in the Intercontinental title division for now. Anyway, the Intercontinental Champion is King Nakamura. Number contender, Happy Corbin. Number 2, Sami Zayn. Number 3, Jinder Mahal. Number 4, Mansoor. Number 5, Shanky. Number 6, Sheamus. Number 7, Corey. Number 8, Rick Boogs. Number 9, Drew McIntyre. Number 10, Ricochet. Number 11, Mace. And the Universal Champion is Roman Reigns. So now we advance to Raw as we still search for our next WITM matchup. You know the drill. I need to find the results for that real-life edition of Raw and see if there are any number one contendership matches or title matches I need to add, and then we will reveal our card for Raw. Hopefully it will have the Bank Robbers and or Austin Rage on it, and we can end the episode. Let's find out shortly. Okay, we do indeed have some WITM matches on Raw. 2 of them. As a matter of fact, this first one is pretty interesting. It's going to be Austin Rage making his Raw debut in a 6-man tag team match. He's teaming with RK Bro, and they're going up against the Dirty Dogs and Kevin Owens. And that is the opening match on Raw. And then in the main event of Raw, we have the Bank Robbers competing in the match they were supposed to wrestle last week before the card had to be changed due to the Elimination Chamber tournament. They'll be taking on father and son, Rey and Dominic Mysterio, in the main event of Raw. So Austin Rage and RK Bro versus Dirty Dogs and Kevin Owens. And the Bank Robbers versus the Mysterios in episode number 4, Monday Night Raw. But that is going to do it for an episode number 3 that unfortunately featured a lot of results and rankings updates and not a whole lot of in-ring action, but that's how it goes sometimes. I hope, regardless, that you still enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're alerted when future uploads are posted. Until episode number 4, where Austin Rage and RK Bro take on Dirty Dogs and Kevin Owens, and the Bank Robbers take on the Mysterios on Raw. This is Corey with WITM CAW Wrestling, signing off.